Welcome to another episode of URC Chumps podcast. What a weekend. Uh Unfortunately, Jacques is giving fingers and wides and sixes and fours on the field at the moment. Um what you call it? Tim's down with the German flu, so he's down a bit at the moment. But I've got Darragh joining me this week. He's back from his little sabbatical of being a teenager. Darragh, how you
From
doing,
being,
man?
yes, from a little sabbatical called returning to school. So that's very
Yeah.
fun. Uh, I'm grand. Tired because I woke up 15 minutes ago. But yeah, how are you, Curbs?
I'm good. As you can see, uh,
Don't judge him too hard for it. Don't, but it's shocking.
yeah,
He lost the bet. He said, if United lost the Manchester derby, he'd shave his head, and there's product.
yeah. My hair's as long as the Manchester current winning streak. So anyway, so yeah. I mean, what a great weekend this weekend. I think we need to jump straight into it and discuss it. I mean, there's no other way to say for this weekend that's happened. So yes, like I said, welcome to the podcast. So glad to have you guys joining us. Um, yeah, let's get into the first part of the game. If my there full time score
There we go.
for the Wallabies. I don't even know what to say. Like Argentina ran away with it, then they allowed Australia to come back and held off until the end. I mean, that first try by Montoya for Argentina, that is like what everybody wants to do on a charge down.
Yeah, and Argentina, I can't say were especially creative, but they won the game through the old system of taker points. They kicked how many? They kicked seven penalties, and that's what won them the game in the end. As you said, Montoya, brilliant charge down. You can do that 100 times. It might come off five or six times, and it just kind of bounced perfectly for him in the end. Australia so well disciplined. I mean, they've been fantastic in the championship so far, but they were just discipline went out the window. They kept giving Argentina penalties, kept giving Carrera shots, and he kept taking them. They fought back towards the end. They scored one of the most how do you phrase this? One of the most blatantly disallowable tries I have ever seen in my entire life at the end, which gave them two losing bonus points. But alas, justice was served because Argentina went on to win the match. But yeah, I mean, as a ref, you must have been looking at that, shaking your head, Curbs. Really, that was shocking.
Yeah, that last try, I sat there, I was like, oh, it's gonna be forward, and then they allowed it. I'm like, okay, cool. Am I just seeing a view from a different dimension that was so forward?
Yeah,
And
I genuinely thought because I woke up at 5:30 to watch the match that like my eyes were deceiving me. That's what my genuine thoughts for my eyes were deceiving me. It was shocking. It's not even objective. It's not even you can see, but there's not even an argument. Like it is so clearly forward out of the hand, and it's been
yeah,
given. I mean, it's shocking, really. And it could win Australia the championship. It could.
yes,
If all four sides do in the next two matches like they've done in the previous four and win one and lose one, Australia could win the championship based off those 2 points.
but we'll cover that a little bit more at the later stage when we look at the logs and standings and everything like that. Uh, but talking about blatant and probably a bit of disrespect as well. What the All Blacks did. This is a picture with a tweet from Matthew Pierce, who does the commentary for South Africa on a regular basis. While the Springboks were doing their captain's run, they were testing the screens, and of course, to test the screens, they said Freedom Cup secured and everything like this. I think that lit a fire for the team to do this.
Yeah, yeah, that seems very Erasmus play, doesn't it? It seems like something Razzie would nearly do. But that backfires. Oh my, did that backfire? Because not the greatest rugby championship Tri-Nations win in South African history. I think it's fair to say the greatest in the competition in South African history. Wow, what a second half. I mean, as a neutral, blown
Yeah.
away. South Africa
No,
were the better team in the first half, didn't convert it really. We're behind at halftime. The second half, just everything,
no. I'm
everything
gonna
worked.
I'm gonna break this up into two ways. As a rugby fan, I was a bit disappointed knowing that the level of the rivalry and the history between the two teams, it's always been close. And I was a bit disappointed in the New Zealand's performance in the second half. But as a Box supporter, I lost my voice. I lost it. I found it so great. As I said last week to Tim, I was a bit concerned about the center combination of Willemse and Moody, but until Fassi got injured, it was working. I
Yeah,
think
I mean,
Esterhuizen, when he came on, made a difference as well.
I think like even including the fact that Jordy Barrett was by far New Zealand's best player on the pitch on the day. The South African centre combination just wiped the New Zealand. They wiped them in every facet. The front row, the second row, even with Diager going off early and Snyman coming on. Back row were all magnificent. Colby was everywhere. I mean, he was absolutely everywhere. He made his first try was a 14-point swing because New Zealand were gone if he doesn't catch that. There's a 2-on-1 or 3-on-1 out in the overside. And Williams had the best game I think I've ever seen him play. So much that even Jacques gave him credit, and that's a first. I've ever
Yeah.
Jacques give him any sort of credit. He was fine. Libak was unbelievable after Sasha went off. As much as I like to slag him, he was brilliant. He controlled everything. Uh, I mean,
Reinach,
the pace
you
of
have to give Reinach also
Reineke,
credit. Like that
Reineke was
fire that he had to take
fantastic.
on Hawaii. Yeah.
I don't think, I don't think he even missed a pass. Grant Williams when he came on was phenomenal. He's so quick. Like he is
On the
just
wing.
absolutely electric on the wing. There's like you can give credit to all of them. I mean, it was a mix of everything, wasn't it? It was the forward grunts where they just absolutely bullied New Zealand up front, and then the backs were like as I said, Colby, Willems, Libak, Reinach,
Hooker.
Williams. Hooker was phenomenal in his first South African New Zealand. It was phenomenal. They were all brilliant, as I said. Like you can pick out moments from every single Bok player that stayed on past maybe the 25th minute and just go, yeah, they did something absolutely special. And you saw how much every try meant because even when, to be fair, like as you said, it's always been close, but there has been so many agonizing defeats for South Africa in this rivalry. You could see almost all the emotional pain of Eden Park last week and in test matches gone by and titles that have been deprived. They just all released out on the pitch, and I thought it was brilliant.
So I mean, I've got the last 10 results for this the games played between them. I mean, if I'm just looking 1, 2, 3,
Seven out of
4,
10.
5, 6, 7. Let me just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Out of the last 10, that is unheard of before. Like it would either be the other way around. We might have had three and them having seven. Um, it just shows the level that we've come up to in the past couple of years and everything. I know the Springboks fans love to harp on 4 World Cups. I don't think 4 World Cups is as big as the last 10 results for us.
Yeah, I mean, if you go back 15 years, I'm pretty sure there must have been a time with that great New Zealand side where that was the other way around. There definitely was at some point when New Zealand had all those great players matched into one team. There must have been a time that that was flipped around. So that's
Yeah.
massive for South Africa. I mean, that's over a 4-year period. Won the Freedom Cup in 2022. lost it in the Rugby Championship in 23, gained it back last year when you beat New Zealand twice in at home, and have
Yeah,
retained it this year. Now, I wanted to make a point on this in the lettuce load is that I am for the opinion that they shouldn't be based on the holding team just has to win one or two tests. I think they should make an aggregate based thing. Not that
yeah,
that would have mattered this weekend because South Africa blew every um, two
yeah,
game, what you
yeah.
call it, aggregate game over record out the window. But
We started the weekend off with minus 15 points difference. We are now at positive 18.
I think, yeah, well, as I said, I thought it was, I think it's some of the anger of particularly the Australia game I thought came out as well of
Yeah,
how, you know, poor you were at Ellis Park. And I don't think South Africa were especially anything, even in the game that you won in Cape Town, because
yes.
James O'Connor missed three or four kicks, and that could have been a different story. You saw it all come out. You see it all released. Uh, as I said, it wasn't just the younger players, but it was some of the older players. But just the anger and the hurt all pressed out, and that's scary. And I'm scared for the match up in Dublin in November if South Africa turn up like that to beat
But
anyone in
now,
World Rugby anywhere, anytime.
what you just said is pretty much the frustrated side. I mean, the South Africans, even though we won, we were frustrated with the way we won. However, this is what we've been expecting. This game was exactly what we've been wanting to happen from the start of the championship all the way through. And I mean, I have mentioned it a few times as well, but New Zealand's been hot and cold over the past year or so. If you go look from France, the first game was cold. They won, but it wasn't a great result for them, even though they won. Then they won very well. Then they won kind of like, then it was Argentina. Then they won. Then they lost against Argentina. Then they beat us, and it was Eden Park, and Eden Park's always going to be a great game against us. And then Wellington was a down, and they got smashed.
Yeah,
And if they go according to the way I've seen them going, where they've been flapping up and down, the next game at Eden Park against Australia is going to be a hardcore one. But then they go to Perth and it's already a down, and Australia's walking around with the tail up right now.
yeah. I think even though Australia lost this weekend, they'll take a lot more from their defeat than New Zealand because they lost by 2 points. Argentina are a good side.
Yeah.
Uh, they were poor discipline wise, but I thought they were good with the ball. New Zealand, there's absolutely nothing you can take, bar that one moment from Jordy Barrett where he stopped SA hitting the 50-point mark because when he got under Colby and forced Colby to knock it on over the line. But
Yeah.
in general, there's absolutely nothing they can take from that match. I think Robertson has to shape up now because, you know, they have to win the two games against Australia to have any chance of winning the championship. Do I see them on this form, as you said, the hot cold form going to Perth with Australia, tails up, stadium sold out, winning there? If they play like that, they have the hope Australia will definitely beat them the way Australia have turned up this year. Then the pressure is slightly on Robertson, isn't it? Because unconvincing in the second match away to Argentina, got beat absolutely dreadful in Wellington. And New Zealand never take losing at home to anyone lightly. When they lost to Ireland in the Test series at home, there was a massive scalping done, and they brought in Schmidt, and they brought in these guys who got them to a World Cup final. Where
But
like
now
if they don't win this championship now, there's serious questions for them.
uh, I have a bit of a conspiracy theory that I've got in my head. Robertson's been pushing for the fact that he should be allowed to select players who play in overseas clubs. So, like Rico now going to Leinster, he should be able to be selected come end of year. I have a sneaky suspicion he's going a bit like this. He's keeping up there, but not quite up there to make New Zealand actually realize, you know what, if we had Rico in that game, or like Geordie was away last year, had Geordie in the game, it could have gone the other way. It's just a theory from my point.
Yeah,
But
but
yeah,
I don't know, maybe slight dip in the performance. I never think there's an all that coach that will willingly take 33 points
yeah,
slapping at home to South Africa. to
I
anyone, but
just think it
especially
didn't
to
work
South
the way.
Africa.
Yeah, I just don't think it worked the way he wanted it to work, and we just came out like a well-oiled machine that even though we put generic parts, and when I say generic parts, we've had Williams on the wing, just work for us. But
Everything,
yeah,
absolutely everything works.
yeah,
It was like when we beat New Zealand in Chicago for the first time. It was just one of those games where absolutely everything went worked. Everything the coach tried worked. Everything the players tried worked. And everything New Zealand tried failed. Like
yeah.
when you see Will Jordan and Jordy Barrett making mistakes, that's who you know it's not. Those two in particular just don't make mistakes. Like,
But I mean, as you can see, on the left was the rankings before the weekend, where you can see New Zealand were on top. Ireland, of course, had slipped in because we had lost two games and everything. And then you look on the right where we won. Ireland stays where they are. New Zealand's down to third, and Argentina and Australia have swapped around. I mean, it's awesome how this weekend has gone. I mean, here's some more stats. Before the weekend kicked off, New Zealand were at 85% probability to win. With the closest one to them was 9%. So that's 76% difference. Um, Winning percentage was 9 with us at 6 and Argentina 0.1%. Now, this week has now changed it completely. Even though Australia lost, they got 40, South Africa's 30, 25 to New Zealand, and it's 5 to
yeah.
Argentina,
But
which I think,
I just say that's a bit harsh on Argentina.
yeah.
Like last year, Argentina beat South Africa at home. Sure, they lost away, but they
No,
beat them
no,
at
they
home.
beat
If they
us
do that
away.
again,
They beat us away. They lost it.
or yeah,
They lost it. Yeah.
no, I swear they lost you in Cape Town and beat you in
Yeah,
Mendoza.
Mambela.
Oh,
They
okay.
didn't play.
But they basically, my point is they beat you once last year. If they do that again this year, that's 50-50. If the same happens in the Bledisloe Cup, that just comes down to bonus points and points difference, and God knows that's a lottery then.
But part of the
You
reason
never
why I
know.
think they're also down at 5% is don't forget they're coming here to play in Durban, and after that we're going to Twickenham. We're not going to Argentina. We're going to Twickenham to play the second game, which they're
Which
doing it because
I
financially
don't
it's better for
understand
them. Yeah,
financially, but still, I don't. But yeah, even still, I think in a neutral venue, neutral would be definitely more South African because there's thousands and thousands of South African expats in London.
but I
But
mean,
still, it's not like it's not the same as going to Ellis Park, is it, or going to Loftus or going somewhere like that. It's Argentina can back themselves to beat them in a neutral venue.
yeah, but I mean also the problem is you're going to England, which is kind of like second home to us in a sense as well. I mean, you look at Tim, and Tim was saying how easy it is for you and him in Germany to actually get there and actually go watch the game compared
Yeah,
to
that's what I'm saying. I'm
yeah.
saying it'll be like a home game because
Yeah,
I've been to London. I've been to London countless times to watch Tottenham, but there's thousands and thousands of South African expats in London, in Greater London, in England, and probably in Wales and Scotland that would go to the match. And there's thousands. There's Irish here, or sorry, there's South Africans here. There's South Africans in places like Germany. There's thousands of you in Holland, thousands of South Africans in Holland and Belgium. But like again, does it have the same vigor as going to Loftus or going to Ellis Park or going
yeah.
to Cape Town? Because yes, there'd be more South African fans, but a lot of these guys probably have never been to a South African match where it's just not against England.
It's probably going to be
So
like a Mombela or something like that, something where there's a South African crowd, but of course it's
not
not
as
as big as
vigorous, not as kind of
in the capitals. Yeah,
yeah, it's
but I
kind of just
mean,
not as vigorous. But yeah, we'll
yeah,
see.
I mean here's the logs as it is right now. As you can see, I don't even remember the last time I saw Australia sitting on first place at this point in the
Uh,
tournament.
the Joe Schmidt effects.
Yeah,
2 years ago when he came in. As I said, even last year they got annihilated by Argentina. they got battered by a second string South African side at home.
Twice.
Within a year, yeah, twice. Within 12 months, they've gone from getting embarrassed 3 games, 4 games, because they also got humiliated at home to the All Blacks. They shipped about 40 points to beating the world champions away, beating Argentina, being first after 4 games, with a very reasonable shot against New Zealand of at least getting one win. That's the Joe Schmidt effect. I know he's leaving at the end of the tournament, but what he has given to Aussie rugby is
Yeah. But I mean, it's 2 points difference between Australia and Argentina. I mean, that's 2 points, 2 bonus points changes everything. And I mean, okay, cool. It
yeah,
also comes down to points difference. But I mean, it's still anybody's game to win, and it's still anybody's game to lose. I mean, last year it was kind of like, okay, cool. It was Argentina and South Africa that were like, okay, cool. What's going to happen between the two of you? Uh, Now you sitting there, you're biting, going, okay, if Australia just beats New Zealand twice, even
they
without
win it.
bonus points, we could still miss it out because we don't have enough in bonus points. If
Yeah,
it
they
came,
they could, but South Africa get 10 points, but then again, it kind of works. As I said, I want a scenario. I want everyone to win once. I want chaos, just absolute chaos. Just have everyone on the same amount of points or something like that. Just come on. We want this. If anyone at the SARU or the end or the New Zealand rugby body or the Argentina Australia, match fix it if you have to. Just come on. We want. I'm a neutral here. I want entertainment value and just do it for me.
are you
Please,
not entertained?
just stick your arms out.
Uh,
Do the Ange Postecoglou from last year. You're not entertained, mate. Come on, we know you want to. The money, come on, and then have just like one final playoff, semi-final, and final. Come on, you know you want to. The money, right, would be. I'm not an accountant, but money. We're making bank. You'll be eating good tonight. Just do it. Come on. You know you want to.
yeah. But talking about that, I see Rusty's already released the squad for the tests against Argentina. Going through the forwards, we've got Peter Steph Totoy, Thomas Totoy, even Etzebeth. I'm glad he's back in the mix because I mean he's probably frothing at the mouth after that game. Vincent Koch, I'm glad to see him back into the mix. I mean, awesome prop. Wilco Low, who right now is causing big buzz here in Cape Town, with the fact that he's coming back in 2026. Malcolm Marks, Bongi Omlanabi. Like I'm so glad to see him back in the mix as well. It's been such a long time for a player like an all-round player like him. Ox,
Yeah,
Ron Nokia. I must be honest, he did impress me last week. Like I said, I've had a problem, not in the fact of how he plays. It's just he's more of a technical player. Where against New Zealand, I always thought you need to be a little bit more physical with your technicality. But he
yeah,
did very well, and I was so impressed with him this past weekend. He's definitely earned some brownie points with me. Cocker Smith, the absolute super sub of the world. Arceus Neyman, again, another player, the offloads, that break he made for his try. Marnus van der Merwe, I don't know why he was hiding in the shadows for so long. And this past season, the URC, he came up. I mean, what a great find for us as well. Marco van Staden, as we call him, Eskom, the power company, because he takes lights out. Bone Fenter, again, he's definitely stepping up internationally. Jan Hendricks Vessel, what a all-round guy he is. And the guy who came back from suspension, Jasper Visser, like, yo, what a game he had at 8. Then
yeah,
we're looking at the
definitely.
backs. Damien Delende, again, a guy that gets the ball and runs at least 5 meters forwards. Faf de Klerk, the little Jack Russell he is. The Andre, the giant Esterhazen, yes, such a great player. Sasha Feinberg and Gonzalo, I'm a little bit concerned. He did go over the head knock. I just hope it was just they rested him for the rest of the game and they didn't push him. Ethan Hooker,
Yeah,
I think he's going to do great against the physicality from the Argentinians, and I do think the Argentinians are going to have a hard time controlling him. Mpimpi's back in the mix. We'll see how that goes. Kanan Moody, we haven't really been speaking highly of him for the past couple of weeks, but this last weekend, he definitely showed us that he is meant to be there. Andre Pollard, of course, good old reliable. Kobus Reinach, who I think is becoming one of the top scrum halves in South Africa right now to claim that number one position. Jacques' favorite player, Damian Willemse, and Grant Williams. I
new
mean,
favorite player.
I've always loved Willemse since the days I saw him in Super Rugby when he came on and his brother was playing with him. Um, yeah, uh, I think it's such
Is there
a.
any real surprises there out of that side? I
Oh,
can't
and I also forgot Marnie
see
Lubbock's
it.
also in the mix. So yeah,
Yeah,
but
there's not
of
really any surprises out of that side.
yeah, but I mean, as I said, it doesn't mean they're going to play. I also miss Morne van den Berg as well. Uh, doesn't mean they're going to play, but they're going to be in the squad. So I mean, we've got a definite squad to come through. I will be honest, I actually don't want to see Mvimpi play right now with the way we're going with our wingers, with the hookers, the Colby.
Yeah, I can't see Hooker and Colby losing their places for the first test against Argentina.
And I mean, we had Edward van der Merwe come back and play for the Sharks in a warm-up game against the Stormers. So yeah, I mean, just because they're not on the list doesn't mean they won't be called up. So I mean, I'm
Yeah, I
really looking
know. I
forward.
I forgot about Edward van der Merwe moving to the Sharks. It means I have to dislike him now, which is a shame because as a neutral, he was one of my favorite players to watch. But now I have to hate him because he plays for the Sharks.
Well, because he's in Jacques' team.
Exactly, exactly.
Uh, I'm just said we're seeing all the good wingers leave the Cape. I mean, just looking at that, all right. Cheslin Colby, Kanan Moody, Grant Williams. I mean, we can even put in Delende, Marnie, Andre. At least six of those backline players have originated from the Cape. Um, yeah, I mean, when
Jesus
you look
sake,
at
yeah. Don't UK lads, like I'm not even a South African and you lads, you're the biggest shower of self praise beaters I've seen in my life. You're always talking about how many fellas he's from the Cape, he's from the Cape. If I was from anywhere else in South Africa, I'd hate you. Like I would absolutely hate listening to you.
I actually had to laugh. I mean, I sat there the other day and I was talking to someone, but the guy was looking at the list and they were showing which teams they play for. And the guy's like, yes, but there's like no one from the Stormers except for like Sasha, and they've now officially put Reinach as the Stormers. I'm like, okay, cool. I said, stop. I said, let's go through this team. I was like, there, Stormer, 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 Stormer. They're like, what do you mean? I'm like, well, Peter Steph started is from here, so let's call him from the Stormers. Thomas the Toy, I wasn't too sure. Even Etzebeth, I was like Tigerberg, so he's around the corner. Vincent Koch is from Nelspruit, but he only really got his name when he played for the Stormers. Sia is from the Eastern Cape, but he only got his name at the Stormers.
Oh
Um,
Jesus! Take all the credit. Again,
Malcolm
the
Marx
self
at one stage
praise.
went to the same school as
Boom,
me here in Cape Town for a
boom,
period of time.
boom, 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 boom.
So I mean, yeah, it's yeah. But I mean, I'm
And
actually.
imagine all the lads from the Cape that are playing for Scotland, eh? Boom, boom, boom.
You say that. I was watching a video with someone telling them how funny Montoya is, and they're like, "What do you mean?" So I said, "Yeah, watch this." And it was a clip from Argentina against Scotland, and he
Scotland.
turned around to Duan van der Merwe and goes, "Must I talk to you in Afrikaans?"
So that's funny. What he said at the weekend to Harry Wilson was quite funny as well. Did you see that?
He used the C word. We won't say it for what's it called
Shut
the
up!
word
Shut
that
up! Shut
Bongi
up!
was the word that Bongi was accused of saying to Curry.
But yeah, that he's hilarious. That one against Scotland is up there with kind of the because it
I
wasn't
love
just that.
Montoya.
It was when Richie got yellow carded after
Yeah, you
Richie
must be
got
happy for
to
yourself.
set
You
an
did such.
example. Hey, really good example from you, eh? Really good example from you, eh? Oh, it was absolutely. I can't. I know one Argentinian lad, and he's a nutcase as well. I can't tell the stories on the recording, but he's very funny as well. He,
No, but I mean, listen, this whole week's wide open. Well, not this week, next week. However, next week is going to be a bit more of a longer episode because we're going to cover the championship and we're also covering the start of the URC, which
I'm
I I,
relevant again. I am relevant again. My opinion matters now.
I want to miss the first week as much as I'm a Stormers fan. I don't want to watch the first game whatsoever because we got Leinster first. And Leinster at the beginning of the season comes out with their full strength side.
We have the Scarlets away in
Yeah.
Connectly first, and then we have Cardiff at home. I'm itching to go to it. You do not understand. I couldn't go to the friendly that was on that Friday in Cork. I have gone, I think, 4 or 5 weeks now without going to a game in any sport. I'm like, I have an itch. It's like I need a kick, man. I need something. Just I need someone to feed me something. I'm desperate.
But the second week, I'm pretty happy for because we got the Ospreys at home as well. So yeah, that would be great. And I know the
I swear the
Dragons are
last time
also
you played the
coming later.
Ospreys at home. I know that I swear the last time you played the Ospreys at home, they beat you.
No, when they came
Really?
here. Oh.
They're gonna get you. They're gonna get you.
From
Oh
what
yeah,
I've been
you're coming
hearing,
up to Tolman. You're coming up to Tolman Park actually.
yeah.
Oh, oh yes, I remember that. You're coming in November.
So you're gonna get payback for what we did to you when you came here last year.
Oh, because you still have a lot of time to give us payback, buddy. Because we still have, I think, a 4-1 winning record over you. So we still have
Fine.
this
It's fine.
high
We
ground.
beat you the last time, and it was Willemse who was man of the match, and it was Willemse who was kicking. So I can't wait to bring that up to Jacques' attention.
The only game that has truly mattered is the only final the two sides have competed in. And if you want to rejog my memory of that game, thank you.
I was there.
Thank you.
I was there, and I
I
will give it to you. You guys did want it more. We of course left it too late, as we did in that season, in a couple of games. And yeah, I will humbly say you guys deserved it in that game.
bow down to your lord, sir.
Yeah, at least we're not the Dragons.
Yeah, that's fair. That is
Yeah,
that is fair. That is fair.
yeah. But anyway, guys, I just want to thank you so much for joining us this week. Darragh, thank you for filling in with as I said, with Tim being sick, and Jacques now being busy and everything like that, trying to get all the fun stuff out before he gets married in less than 100 days, apparently.
We hope Jack's girlfriend isn't watching. We haven't made a snide at the Bulls in months. I mean, wow.
No, you can't make fun. Have you seen their new jersey?
I don't know.
It looks like something your grandfather would have worn in the 70s. The style, like the way it's
I haven't
styled.
seen it. I'll have to look this up.
Go look for it and everything. Like I put it on the group with the new Stormers jersey as well. It is so. But I am going to the waterfront on Friday night for my daughter's birthday. She's turning 11. I'm so I'm gonna go past the sports shops there, and I'm gonna go see if I can see what and feel what that new Adidas jersey feels like for the Stormers. It looks awesome. I know people have been a bit upset about the logo, but I've seen the logo a little bit more and more on a couple of people around the area. I'm actually starting to like it. Yes, I still think maybe they should have put a bit of red into it, but I like it. I think it looks grand. I do like it because they're trying to move away from the old and bring in the new. The fact
Did
that
you
it's
just say
back with,
grand?
eh?
Did you just say? Did you just say grand?
A
I swear
grand.
I heard you say I think it looks grand.
Yeah.
You're turning Irish, bud.
Yes.
You're turning Irish. I'm having the paddy effect is radiating. I'll teach you one way or another.
Yeah. So it looks awesome. It looks grand. I'm making international this show. But yes.
Not that
Um,
international because one of the members of this goddamn show is Irish, so
your jersey also doesn't look too bad. Actually, I also quite like the look of the Munster
looks
jersey.
it is
Yeah.
I have a pre-order. It is beautiful.
Yeah.
Just like take my money. I was just like you know what I mean? The standard credit card. Yeah, just
If I had to choose between a jersey right now that looks the best, I would say it is yours. I do like the Stormers one. The fact that it's the hoops one, they're trying to bring in back in the heritage with the fact that they're moving forward and everything. So it does look great. But I will say last year, or the last URC, Stormers had the best jersey.
Yeah,
But that's
Connacht have quite a
also
nice jersey as well.
yeah,
Connacht
no,
have quite a nice jersey.
no, but hands down, I'll say Stormers had the best jersey because if you go look at the last year's jersey carefully, it's got every single Stormers name written on the jersey. I mean, it even
Yeah.
says Rafi Erasmus and Jacques Niebuhr on there. Tony Brown is on there. Jean de Villiers, Jacques Ferry, Jean Klein is on there.
Bit of our
So
representation, boy. Get it.
yeah, I thought I'd give
Turner.
it because you did take him from us. Um,
We also took CJ Sander off you. So
yeah,
thanks for the production line, boys.
yeah. But anyway, guys, thanks very much. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Let's get forward. This last episode that we had was probably our best one. Let's try beat it this week and everything. Guys, thanks very much. Tim, if you're listening, get well, buddy, soon. And all the best, guys. Cheers.